Hey everybody, it's Will. I wanted to show you a Mark 10 I made today. This is going to be this week's knife of the week. Today is October 26, 2015, and this is going to be going up for sale on my website, www.willmooncustomknives.com. We have about a month or so before Black Friday, although I have to forewarn you, November is usually kind of a funky month for me. For one, my birthday is the 17th, and so I like to take a couple days off around that, and then beyond that, this year I have a previous engagement. One of our best friends is getting married. My girlfriend and I are going to go down to St. Thomas and to the Bahamas, which will be interesting. This time of year I think is a horrible time to get married in the Bahamas, but for whatever reason they chose to do that. But anyway, long story short, be flying down there on I think the 6th. And staying in the Bahamas for a few days. So we'll be back, I think, by the 11th or 10th. I can't remember exactly when the return flight is. That said, I will be still having a sale on Black Friday. That's going to be November 27th. And there will be a small selection of knives going up on my website that you can see then. Until then, I'll be releasing about a knife a week for the Knife of the Week every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is this week's knife here. So let me show you the features of this particular one here. This is a double tanto blade on it, CPM 154 on this particular blade here. I went back to CPM 154 for this particular batch. There are a few specialties things that I'm trying out in that same batch too. There's some Z-Finite, there's some crew wear in the batch, but beyond that it's pretty much going to be CPM 154. Those other steels, I'm not 100% sure I like them yet. We'll see. They're very, very expensive to heat treat, and that makes the knife correspondingly considerably much more expensive. Anyway, this one here is done in a glass bead blast. It's got a real nice satiny finish to it. It's very, very pretty. Bead blasts can be done right and they can be done wrong, and if you leave too chalky of a finish on a bead blast, I think it promotes rusting, and it's just overall not particularly pretty. This bead blast I think is much, much nicer. I used a 50-50 mixture of walnut shell and glass beads, and so it gives it kind of a real nice satiny finish. It's not necessarily chalky or anything like that. It's almost smooth, almost polished, like a very, very fine stone wash in a lot of ways. I did add to the spine of this one, you can tell there is a bright section up there. That is actually orange peel finish. And I'll tell you what, I'll put this like this, and I'll give you a macro shot here, just so you can tell. That is orange peel right there. All along the edges, I hand orange peeled it, just to give it a little bit of contrast there, and I think it looks really nice. The double tanto is kind of one of my exclusive blade shapes. I don't think anybody else is really using this blade shape, or they're at least not calling it a double tanto. That's my name for this particular type of edge. It has two high pressure zones on a tanto point, and it's fantastic if you're a martial artist or somebody else who's carrying this for defensive purposes. This works really, really well. Of course, typical action, which you would expect on one of my knives. Nice and smooth, it works great. And this particular one has got kind of a textured, I was going for like an antique copper finish, and this is something that I've been trying to perfect over the past few knives. I've been just experimenting with different types of textures and finishes and trying to get this sort of steampunky, antique-y look, and this one here I think came out really good. So this is a really intense finishing process here for this particular type of finish. What I had to do was of course hand texture everything and then bead blast it and then anodize it and then put it in a stone washer and anodize it a second time, and it came out this really cool coppery sort of antique-y look to it. I really, really like it. And then this is translucent jade green G10 on top of that. Colored hardware on it, titanium pivot. Now I haven't oiled the backspacer and pocket clip, so they're going to appear a slightly different color here, but you can see the backspacer and pocket clip. Backspacer's got a couple of inlays of moon glow going on there. Haven't been working a whole lot with Moonglow recently, just because, you know, too much of a good thing is too much. You know, Moonglow is great if you use it just sparingly. Like, you just want just a little bit on there just to know that it does have a glow-in-the-dark feature. But if you go too crazy with Moonglow, go overboard, it just is a little tacky. So this, I think, looks really good. And when you put this in the dark, it's going to have just a little bit of glow-in-the-dark effect to it. So that'll be cool. There's your lockup, about 25% or so. That's about where I want it. Bank vault like, though. This one came out great. I've been really trying to refine these sort of small things about the knives, and you know, getting the lockups really squared away is always high on the priority list, and I think I've really got them to the point where they're working great now. So yeah, that's the Mark X there. This is a premium model. That frame finish was pretty intense, but of course we saved a little bit of time on the bead blasting that blade. Although, to be completely fair, this kind of glass bead walnut shell mixture is not nearly as abrasive as carbide, so it takes a little longer to bead blast. That said, I'm going to run this at the premium price point, and it is going to be up for sale on my website, www.willmooncustomknives.com. Definitely check it out. It'll go up for sale at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 26th of October, 2015. And if you pick it up today, I can ship it tomorrow. I typically get stuff in the mail the next day. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for keeping me employed. Thanks for keeping food in my stomach. Literally, I mean, I know where my paycheck comes from, so I certainly appreciate that. Thank you for keeping a roof over my head, and thank you for supporting me, guys. I appreciate that. I'll leave you with that. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. See you later. Bye.